Pierre Marquette 1223 here with a video on two things. But first, I want to get to this. This lantern that you're looking at now, which you can't really see very well. Here, in fact, I'll go around so I can show you this better. I'll go around into my now finished kitchen downstairs. But this is an all brass pre-1913 Dietz Junior that I got here on the weekend. We bought this lantern last week on eBay, and it was an opportunity that, even though we were way past what we wanted to keep spending on eBay, there's an opportunity I couldn't pass up, and I'm here to show it to you now. It has an old Dietz Junior cold blast globe, New York, USA. The lantern is in its all brass state, no paint whatsoever. Really no cracks or anything like that. Mark Dietz on the top. has an older style handle. Marked on the air tubes here with the patent information. The last patent date being in 1907. The earliest one being in 1898. Has an all brass fuel cap, brass burner, which turns very well and pops out very well. Now, the way to distinguish between the pre-1913 Juniors and the ones made after are this. One, for the fact that on the back it's marked Junior instead of having the foreign Hindi script lettering on there, and this little detail that goes largely unnoticed, the lift lever. All Juniors made after 1913 had an inside lift. This one happens to have an outside lift. The only thing that's not brass on this lantern, actually, I kind of lied to you just a minute ago there. If I can get the lift to stay up, maybe I can show you. Ooh, hang on. If I can get the lift to stay up. There. Nah, it doesn't want to stay up, of course. Stay. Ah, come on. Come on, stay. There. The only thing that's not brass, actually, I forgot to tell you, is the burner. The burner and cone are actually not brass. They are steel, which makes me believe that the burner and cone were replaced a long time ago. See, it's nothing on the bottom. Nothing wrong there, which is good. And now it's marked Dietz, New York, USA down here. And now I'm going to get to the next little portion of the video. I mean, I'm not going to take it apart because, I mean, this thing is nearly identical to the Junior. But while I'm talking here, I'm going to go take this back and put this on my shelf. I'm going to get to the next part of this video. But the Junior model is one of the most is one of the examples of stuff where where a company got something right the first time and they did hardly anything to improve it. But the Junior has been made. It's one of the longest production lanterns of all time. It's still made by Dietz, except it's in their Hong Kong factory, or either that or it's China now. I can't remember exactly what. But they pretty much have done little to change it. But it's also been one of the most faked lanterns of all time too. So you have to be careful about that stuff. Now, this is a lantern I showed you already before. This is my Adams and Westlake Erie lantern, but if you notice, she's got a little bit of something different. I got this amber fresnel globe. Now, the original blue one I still have. I'm going to wait to put in another lantern. I'm going to look out for a couple other lanterns that don't have globes, but got this amber fresnel for pretty cheap, and I thought I'd just show you that too. And I'm also going to point out too that besides this amber fresnel, we did something a little different, and I actually have I'm going to point out too that here in the video coming up, I got a clear one coming, but we slipped the blue Fresnel in the 8-day, and then put the blue globe in the B&O. The red globe out of the 8-day I still have. It's just that my dad had to change it. So, and I'll also point out too, full shelf, There's at least 30 lanterns here from end to end. The Brass Rail Pony, the Rhea number 39, the Dietz Little Giant, the Dietz Monarch, Adams and Westlake number 300, the B&O model, the Dietz Style Traffic Guard, the Dietz Hilo, the nearly new Dietz Comet, the box is in the other room, the Dietz Buckeye Dash, restored, Handlin Mopac, Handlin, the Handlin model, the Handlin, marked from the Mopac Railroad in the green paint, New York Central Tall Dietz Vesta, Dietz Blizzard, the Jupiter Dash 2, New York Central Low Top Vesta, Little Wizard, my first lantern, Dietz Victor, Keystone Ware Boat Signal Lamp, Adams and Westlake number 300 for the C&O, Dietz 8 Day for the state of Pennsylvania, Adams and Westlake number 300 for the Erie, Brass Dietz Junior, Adams and Westlake Reliable Switchman Style Lantern, Dietz Roadster Wagon Lantern, Dietz Sport, Dietz number 39, Dietz Night Watch, Dietz Square Lift, Dietz D-Light, a Dietz number 100, and the Dietz number 40 Embry Style Traffic Guard. Also forgot to point out too that I did get the parts for my lanterns the other day. Here's the fuel cap for the square lift, except for those problems that we accidentally got the one size too small, so it's just kind of sitting on there. We got a 1/2 inch, but it's actually a 1/4 inch fuel cap. Going all the way down to the Blizzard, it now has a burner. We kept the original burner cone, and now it has a new burner in there. A new wick is also inside of this lantern, and the burner has been oiled up, and now it turns a lot better. We managed to force a new burner onto the Buckeye Dash because the other one, just for some reason, the teeth were really dull on it, and the wick just was not grabbing, and the wick wheels were just not grabbing it. We have a wick in here, and we have a burner coming for the rail. We found that a Dietz Convex will work just fine for this. So, going into my bedroom here, we also have a couple things. The Dietz number 2 tubular street lamp globe, which I found will actually fit a Dietz number 60 beacon. So that means that it can actually go into more than one lamp size. The Dietz Comet box, which inside holds the unmarked globe that was in the 8 Day. The Rhea number 2 cold blast globe, and the Embry number 10 globe. So, I did have a lantern hanging on that hook at one point, but eventually I'll get another one to hang up there. But for now, this is it. I have a whole shelf full, and get ready for a big show coming up on this, because I have another one, because there's going to be a huge slideshow showcasing all these lanterns and compact into one video using my new video editing skills. So put those to the test, and we'll really show you what I can do. So this is just a little video of what has happened here in the past week or so. All these lanterns that you see up here are operational, except for the Rhea, the Buckeye Dash, and the square lift down there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, we got a fuel cap for the Buckeye Dash too. The Buckeye Dash, if you remember, has the holes in the air tubes, which we have to resolder. The Rhea is missing the burner, as I just was mentioning. The Little Giant, even though I didn't mention it, the Little Giant and the Traffic Guard are going to need repairs because their fuel tanks weep, which means they have like fuel that builds up on the sides. And this one here, of course, probably has the most damage right now, as the fuel cap isn't correct, and it still has the hole and crack in the bottom corner of this air tube. So otherwise, I have some really good examples about most of the most common Dietz lanterns and some Adlake number 300s, as well as very good handling. A couple good Rheas, and who knows how much money is sitting on this shelf right now. So, but where my other lanterns will go that I'll probably be getting once I go to a couple lantern shows, I don't know. But I'm hoping that there'll be many more to come. Whether I end up selling a couple or just making room for more in other places, only time will tell. So this is just really, it's going to be it right now for Dietz Lanterns, but I have another video coming up that has nothing to do with anything I've ever talked about. So stick around for that. I got a little short one coming up for you.